PDS TV, the best in edutainment.
Greetings. My name is Rakaya Stubblefield Burks, and I am the Vice President of the Cobb Early College's Student Government Association. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our national anthem performed by Dante Cheatham Jones, who is a member of the class of 2020.
You may be seated. Welcome, friends, family, teachers, faculty, and graduates, to the commencement exercises for the DeKalb Early College Academy class of 2018. My name is Camille Greer, Secretary of the Student Government Association. Thank you for joining us today for this momentous occasion as we celebrate our accomplishments and cross the threshold that lies between DECA and the rest of our lives. None of this could have been possible without our supporters in the audience, those watching via live stream, and those who could not be here today. It is my most heartfelt hope that we all continue to grow and are very successful in our future endeavors. I also hope you all enjoy the ceremony. Now it is my pleasure to present to you our outstanding principal, Mr. Edward Connor.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. It's my favorite student. I know that just opened the floodgates for many things, so apologies in advance. Wow. That felt amazing. You have to be thrilled. That was 2 aisles of family and friends that are beaming with pride and insanely happy for you. Thank you, family, for traveling far and wide and being here safe. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge some distinguished guests. First of all, Dr. Melvin Johnson, DeKalb County Board Member. Our amazing college partners, in particular, Ms. Gina Gavin, Associate Director of Student Success. Ms. Kathy Hall, Early College Program Manager. All right, I'm humble enough to admit that her applause was way bigger than mine, so thanks for keeping me grounded. And last but not least, part administrative assistant, part counselor, part psychiatrist, Ms. Shannon Oliver. If there are any former or any DECA alum in the crowd, please stand and be recognized. This would have been our 9th graduation since we opened the doors in 2006, and I love that it's a family. Also, I at least see one in the second row. If there are any former faculty members in attendance, please stand and be recognized. Flying down to Purdue just for this event speaks volumes for Professor Deacle, our former professor of music. And now it's my honor to bring to the stage for a musical selection, Olivia McCoy and Michaela Peters.
Don't Thank you, Olivia and Michaela, for that beautiful selection. Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Miller, and I have the distinct honor of serving as head counselor for the DeKalb Early College Academy. It is my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2018, Ms. Khalees Johnson. Khalees is an exemplary student and leader both in and out of the classroom. She is actively involved in many extracurricular activities, including but not limited to the Student Government Association and the Helen Ruffin Reading Bowl. Khalees' parents, Letitia and Derek Johnson, have instilled in her a hunger for knowledge, fierce work ethic, and deep compassion for others. I met Khalees in the second half of her DECA journey, and in the time that I've known her, I have seen she is a young woman destined for continued greatness. Destined for continued greatness. Clearly, I'm not a star. Okay. Khalees was recognized as DECA's star student by the Professional Association of Georgia Educators for having the highest SAT score of her class. She recently earned an associate's degree in mathematics from Georgia State University Perimeter College campus, and in the fall, she will continue her studies at Duke University. Khalees will major in mathematics and philosophy. She aspires to become a statistician and one day work with the United States government, helping to serve various populations through the effective and humane use of data. Please join me in welcoming Khalees Johnson, the DeKalb Early College Academy, class of 2018 salutatorian.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Miller. Good afternoon, teachers, staff, family, friends, and good afternoon to the class of 2018. As Ms. Miller stated, my name is Khalees Johnson, and I'm extremely honored to be able to speak with you all today and to be named this class's salutatorian. First, I would like to say congratulations to the class 2018. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. 8 years ago in the 4th grade, when high school was just something I watched on Disney Channel, and the only G, P, and A I considered were games, parties, and applesauce, I delivered a speech titled, "My Walk, My Purpose, My Destiny." In this speech, I talked about walking the walk by having a positive attitude, serving your purpose, and fulfilling your destiny. Today, I stand before you grateful for the ways I have changed since then and for the ways that I've remained consistent. So I would like to expand my 4th grade speech to reflect who I am today and to convey how everyone in this room has impacted me. The DECA class of 2018 has walked the walk. We have made it. We're no longer the tiny freshmen in our blazers and ties, whining about interactive notebooks or Quizlet sets. We're no longer even sophomores stressing over the Compass exam or our first college classes. No, now we are graduating seniors who have made it through the Marathon Mondays and the roll call meetings and the summer, spring, and fall semesters, and are now ready to charge on to our bright futures. Back in 4th grade, I believe, that the key to walking the walk was having a positive attitude when approaching any obstacle. Now I realize that this feat can be impossible on your own. Remaining positive takes forming strong connections, seeking help when you need it, and recognizing that you will one day fulfill your hopes and dreams. I remember our 10th grade APUS history class and how it fostered this type of environment. While we all struggled through writing DBQs and studying for multiple choice tests, we also forged friendships and support systems held together by the many memories we created. We took opportunities to study together and help each other out when we needed it, and made sure to stay focused on our shared commitment to do well. And our positivity carried us through the class and to success. Our journey through high school has come to an end.
but our walk through life is surely not over. As we continue walking, I want us all to take these steps again to make and maintain long-lasting connections and to not be afraid to ask for help, and to keep in mind that your future is one of great promise. Purpose is defined as the reason for which something exists. Identifying one's purpose can be difficult, as it is quite literally an attempt to sum up your reason for living. Purpose, however, should not be used to limit us. It should be used to encourage us. People can and should have many purposes, and the pursuit of fulfilling those purposes should drive us. In 4th grade, I cited my purpose as having great grades, attendance, and citizenship, and eventually gaining infinite knowledge. Today, my purposes in life continue to change and adapt. I still value gaining knowledge in all aspects of life, though not only what is taught in the classroom, but also those things that can only be gained through experience. So today, when I think about my purpose, I think about being a supportive sister, a faithful friend, a lifelong learner, a virtuous volunteer, and much, much more. To the class 2018, when you think about your future and defining your purpose, don't feel pressure to force yourself into striving toward only one path or dream. We all have many different purposes and will walk many different paths to achieve them. When we leave today and embark on our next chapter of our lives, our purposes can and will change and adapt, and we will struggle to reach them, but that is life. Have dreams and goals, but also be open to life's experiences and changes in pursuit of your dreams. Finally, in that speech, I spoke about destiny and how even then I believe people's futures were boundless, and that I believe my destiny was to be a fashion designing, songwriting lawyer. And who knows, it might still be. Entrepreneur Jean Nidetch once said about destiny, it's choice, not chance, that determines your destiny. In life, we'll be faced with many choices, big ones, like many of us deciding where we would go to college or if at all, and small ones, like whether to pour the milk first or the cereal. These choices, big and small, all go toward establishing your destiny. Having gone through these 4 years of stresses and successes with you all, I know that your destiny, which you will no doubt fulfill, is to be great and to inspire those around you with your greatness. And I am thankful that one choice that contributes to my destiny is coming to DECA and getting to know all of you. Okay. I can't leave the podium without saying thank you to my mom and dad for being a source of unwavering support and guidance. I also like to thank my family, my brother, my sister, my aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents for their commitment to my success, and my grandmother, Safrania, who can't be with us today, but I know that she's here with me in spirit. I want to say thank you to the DECA administration, staff, and teachers, especially my club sponsors. And I would like to thank my friends, especially the Reading Bowl team, who have been there for me through the good times and the bad times, and have never failed to help brighten my day. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to the class 2018, each and every one of you who I could look to for support, encouragement, laughter, and conversation. As we enter the next phases of our lives, I want us all to be able to hold on to the memories of high school and how much we grew here at DECA, but also be able to walk a purposeful path toward our destiny. Thank you.
Education is not the filling of a pail, according to the Irish poet William Butler Yeats. It is the lighting of a fire. The parents of this year's valedictorian, George Cobb and Shawanda Reynolds Cobb, helped light that fire as they homeschooled their daughter all the way until she arrived at DECA as a sophomore. It is a fire that fueled Sydney to earn a sparkling GPA, and that's why she's sitting up here. But it's far more than that. It is a fire that schoolgirls in the southern African nation of Malawi have felt as Sydney raised over $7,000 to send them feminine hygiene products so they did not have to miss school. It is a fire that Girl Scouts throughout Georgia have felt, as Sydney co-founded a program to encourage and support older girls to remain in the organization. It is a fire that our own community has felt, as Sydney planned and hosted multiple panel discussions for DECA students and parents to raise awareness about sexual violence on college campuses. It is a fire that will be felt in posterity, as Sydney spent 6 months in an extraordinary program studying World War II that culminated with her standing in Normandy, France last June, delivering a graveside eulogy she wrote so that the story of Sergeant Willie Collins, an African-American soldier from Macon, would finally be told, 73 years after he was killed as the Allies stormed the beaches of Normandy on D-Day. Many people seek an education because it will boost their future earnings, or they'll have an easier time finding a job, and there's nothing wrong with that. For Sydney, though, education is a tool she'll use to make the world a better place. She's done it for years now, and it is abundantly clear she will continue to do so. She is not just an exemplary student, she is an exemplary person, and it is a true honor and pleasure to call her forward at this time.
Good afternoon, esteemed professors, faculty, students, and family and friends of the 2018 graduating class of DeKalb Early College Academy. On behalf of this class, I would like to thank each of you for joining us here for this joyous occasion. Before I continue, I would be remiss not to thank God and my support system for getting me to this position. I would like to extend my gratitude to my Girl Scout and church family, my grandparents, my friends, and to Dr. Mitchell and Professor Butler, two individuals that have believed in me from the very beginning. Lastly, I say thank you to my parents, to my dad, who has been my partner in crime and biggest cheerleader, and to my mom, who has encouraged me to do more, be more, and aspire to more. I entered this program 3 years ago as a timid sophomore who had just transitioned from being a homeschool student. I was nervous but hopeful, virtually unaware of what truly lay in store for me as a student at DeKalb Early College Academy. My first semester was very rocky, to say the least, as I tried to become acclimated to the basics of public school. Things like opening a locker, avoiding sketchy food in the cafeteria, and trying to comprehend exactly what Professor Stone meant when he said location, location, location. I still don't know. This was an uncomfortable period for me as I struggled to find my place in friendships that had already been established, and as I tried to figure out how to stand out in a crowd of so many other intelligent individuals. During the first weeks of school, I spent parts of second block with Miss Scott and Miss Body, eating Cheetos and chocolate while complaining about how I didn't think DECA was the right fit for me. Those were the days I longed to return to the comfort of my home school. But today, I stand before you as a completely different person. I stand before you as Class of 2018's valedictorian, student body president, and as a member of Harvard's Class of 2022. And you might be wondering, through all this adversity, what inspired me to continue my academic journey with this school? The answer is the sense of community I found here at DECA. It was Miss Shepard and Mr. Smith's warm greetings every morning, Mr. Mayfield shouting Cobb County each time he saw me in the hallway, Professor Butler putting up with my antics and terrible jokes in AP US history, Dr. Mitchell's warm embrace every time I entered her queendom, Professor Brackman's wacky anecdotes about Colorado and life on the oil rig, and Professor Ordonez's exuberant hola each time I entered his classroom. But it was also the community I found within each of you, the class of 2018. As a class, from each struggle, we have attained success. From each failure, we have learned a lesson. And from each tear, we have found laughter. Together, we have made it through torturous runs up the hill behind the school on Marathon Mondays, Mr. Wilson's spontaneous uniform checks, and long evenings spent after school perfecting our hallway for homecoming week. We have truly been a standout class, with our mock trial team going the furthest it has ever gone in DECA history, our dance team strutting their way to gold medals at several competitions, and our Reading Bowl team setting records and making history at regionals. This class birthed leaders that led initiatives at Georgia State, created their own businesses, and enthusiastically took on leadership roles in clubs. We are a class ripe with geniuses, artists, musicians, athletes, mathletes, and a few YouTubers. I have no doubt that this class will use its talents to change the world. The words salutatorian and valedictorian are derived from Latin phrases that translate respectively as to greet and to say farewell. While Khalees had the responsibility of saluting the class as our salutatorian, I am tasked with finding the words to say farewell to you all. I spent hours scouring the internet for the perfect parting words, but to no avail. Finally, I figured it was best to stick with the phrase familiar to all of us, a phrase we all saw each time we entered DECA: oh, the places you'll go. While we envision today as one step to getting to those places, I urge you to not lose sight of the value of your journey trying to reach your destination. In other words, if you get caught up in the final destination, you miss out on all the great moments of the journey itself. As I look out upon each of you, I envision all the places we'll go in the future as entrepreneurs, nurses, lawyers, authors, musicians, educators, and engineers. But in the midst of these future successes, I hope we don't lose the humility, compassion, friendliness, and tenacity that has defined the culture of our class. And on that note, I wish you much success, fulfillment, and happiness in all the places you'll go. So this is not a farewell, this is simply an until we meet again. And on behalf of the class of 2018, we're out.
All right, let the record reflect that Sydney just stole my line for the end of the closing remarks with the whole peace out thing. So, at this time, I'd like to bring board member Dr. Melvin Johnson up to the podium so we can release and certify diplomas. It's only at graduation ceremonies where something so, administrative gets an applause. All right. Dr. Johnson, it is with pride as the principal of DeKalb Early College Academy that I present this afternoon the graduating class of 2018. We will award 87 college preparatory diplomas, of which 51 are with honors and distinction. I certify that these students have met graduation requirements and humbly request that you release these diplomas. Please.
Please. Thank you, Mr. Connor. It is with an honor and great privilege and pleasure as a board member to release these diplomas. On the basis of your certification, Mr. Connor, I accept your recommendation. Academic achievement of this class meets the course requirements as established by Advanced Ed, the Georgia Board of Education, the Georgia Accrediting Commission, and the DeKalb County Board of Education. As a representative of the DeKalb County Board of Education, I authorize the release and presentation of diplomas and certificates to the class of 2018 at DeKalb Early College Academy. Congratulations to each of you.
Fix your tassel. Sydney Micaiah Cobb with honors and distinction. Khalees Ishana Johnson with honors and distinction. Tim Wynn with honors and distinction. Lisa Rose Newt with honors and distinction. Jesus Hernandez with honors and distinction. David Akaribe Odiase Osai with honors and distinction. Erica Chiamaka Chilagorum with honors and distinction. Paige Renee Marcelin. Melanie Rochelle Curry with honors and distinction. Zion Tasfaye Natara with honors and distinction. Imari Chamu Adams Jr. Mustafa Ahmed Ali with honors and distinction. Mahad Yusuf Arif with honors and distinction. Jared Chad Atkinson with honors and distinction. Ashley Lauren Austin. Destiny Sade Badilisha Mwalimu. Alishba Nadir Balsara. Mackenzie Ann Bellamy with honors and distinction. Tyler Roy Boswell. Jaquila Antoinette Boyce. Artesia Alina Brown. Mercer Lamar Butts with honors and distinction. Kaya Destiny Byam with honors and distinction. Jaden Elijah Carter. Richard Charles. Ariel Adema Chuka. Jaya Courtney Ann Clifton. Tommy Lee Corbett III. Brianna Jewel Marie Cox. Madison Renee Curry with honors and distinction. Canel Zaria Davis with honors and distinction. Renisha Samaya Davis. Shakiria Lillian Dawkins. Mamadou Bobo Diallo with honors and distinction. Mecca Brooklyn Zaire Durant. Evane Wayne Edwards with honors and distinction. Evane Wayne Edwards with honors and distinction. Latricia Bernice Elliott with honors and distinction. Jayla Asia Sonia Foucher with honors and distinction. Aaliyah Kaya Franklin with honors and distinction. Milion Zarezgi Gabre with honors and distinction. Tyreek Ngozi Gordon with honors and distinction. Nina Logan Grant with honors and distinction. Camille Reese Greer with honors and distinction. Anam Mustafa Haji with honors and distinction. Kayla Christina Harris with honors and distinction. Kiara Charday Hayden. I got it. Royce Lauren Haywood. Abduli Niaka Kamara. Siranaka Barikwi Kabu with honors and distinction. Dion Damone Lee Jr. Tiana Latoya Lewis. Lovell. Kamia Danae Lowe with honors and distinction. Guadalupe Andrea Madrigales with honors and distinction. Olivia Brianne Janae McCoy. Michael Belay Merritt with honors and distinction. Michaela Ashanti Minter with honors and distinction. Anthony Edward Montez with honors and distinction. Najla Iman Mumaris. Jeremiah Destin Neely. Tyler Reed Neville. Jada Nicole Patterson with honors and distinction. Otali Jamal Salasia Paul. Michaela Mion Peters. Stephen Isaiah Polk. Kiera Nicole Prather with honors and distinction. Sadiq Hanif Rashid II with honors and distinction. Tamara Kanita Rowe with honors and distinction. Tia Monique Rowe. Cynthia Jashari Monet Ruffin with honors and distinction. Jordan Palia Shepard with honors and distinction. Desalaine Bakala Shifra with honors and distinction. Leah Azaria Sims. Amari Raquel Smith with honors and distinction. Destiny Monique Smith with honors and distinction. Brianna Lee Stallings. Simone Stevens. Mia Ashana Stroud with honors and distinction. Rakaya Nicole Stubblefield Burks with honors and distinction. Mariah Danae Swain. Jonathan Jashai Swinney with honors and distinction. Metasebia Tashome. Carlton Esco Dean Vivians with honors and distinction. Enena Sophia Walters with honors and distinction. Abdullah Hamza Warsama with honors and distinction. Omar Martin Williams.
Will the DeKalb Early College Academy class of 2018 please rise for the turning of our tassels? All right. Okay, on the count of 3, we'll move them. 1, 2, 3. Will the Senior Student Government Association officers please join me on stage for our alma mater?
All right, scholars, you can be seated. Thank you very much. All right, rumor has it that principals have the gift, or given where you're sitting, maybe the curse of a gab. So let's get started with the closing remarks and see how this goes. Well, I am informed to keep calm and be short. I'm kind of passive aggressive. All I heard right then is just chat for a minute, but all right, I will honor that. All right, today's occasion really does center around two simple yet powerful sentiments: honoring hard work and achievement, and gratitude for everyone's contributions and sacrifices that made this celebration of the DECA Scholars of the Class of 2018 possible. As I begin, I would like to acknowledge the following people: Dr. R. Stephen Green and the DeKalb County School District, along with the DeKalb County Board of Education, for supporting only one of 9 early colleges in the state. Your faith and backing drives us to be the best school we can be, all for the sake of these fine scholars, so that we can set them on amazing paths as young adults. I'd like to thank the graduation committee, Ms. Erica Brown, the head counselor, Ms. Miller, and all the behind-the-scenes efforts of Ms. Stephanie Taylor and Ms. Nicole Wisenet. I would be remiss without acknowledging my mentor as a site-based leader, Ms. Rachel Ziegler. She is probably running, no, she is not running around here in tennis shoes. She is right there in the middle. Ms. Ziegler has been the best regional superintendent that a new principal could ask for. So I say thank you. You're going to tell me to hurry up. I wish you well in your retirement. It's well earned. I'd also like to thank Olivia McCoy, Michaela Peters, and Dante Cheatham-Jones for sharing their musical talents today. I'd also like to thank Ms. Sydney Cobb and Ms. Khalees Johnson for their insightful and heartwarming speeches. You can tell this is going to be bad because I said before I begin, and I just flipped the page. All right. There's really just 3 groups I'm going to address. First of all, to my day-to-day collaborative partners, my 2 fantastic co-administrators, the wonderful support staff and talented faculty and brilliant Georgia State partners, I really do stand before you as an immensely grateful principal. I could not be happier. I feel lucky to be the leader of DeKalb Early College. Your dedication to your craft, to each other, to the DECA parents, and most importantly to these graduates is astounding. By refusing to rest on past laurels and by not seeing excellent as some sort of finite thing, you constantly inspire me to work harder and dream bigger for all of the DECA scholars. Thank you just doesn't quite seem to be enough, but thank you very much. To the parents, guardians, grandparents, family, aunties, friends of the class of 2018, again, thank you for coming today to honor our scholars. On a personal note, as a parent of 2 almost 14-year-olds, thank you for showing me the way to being a potential high school parent. I have stolen all of the best plays from your playbook, and my 2 daughters, thank you for that. But parents, we really do appreciate you choosing DeKalb Early College and entrusting us with your children. From pre-K to this afternoon ceremony, you have been the foundation for their growth and achievement. Because of you, the graduating class of 2018 is a stellar group of young women and men. On behalf of the staff, we feel extremely fortunate to have played a part in this journey for these last 4 years. So, DECA colleagues, graduates, please join me in applauding your parents and family mentors for all their hard work. Tyler there with a final shout out. I appreciate that. Got to appreciate the effort. All right. And finally, to the reason why we are all here today, the scholars of the class of 2018 from DeKalb Early College Academy. This is my 5th year of being a principal. It's amazing that time has flown that fast. One thing I really am starting to realize more and more, what truly makes DECA so special and such a high caliber school is every one of you. Your efforts, your commitment to yourselves and each other, your character. We all guided, facilitated, supported. But in the end, it was you who took the exams, who wrote papers and rewrote papers, committed to your study groups, and found the energy to go to tutorial. Looking back on your high school career, there is so much to honor. We celebrate you today because of just how far you collectively pressed the advantage of going to an early college model high school. Some of your highlights include, you've only known what it's been like to go to a school that's been in the top 4 in the state. Yeah, I always work that one in when there's a board member on the stage. Seriously, you've never known what it's like not to be excellent. Thousands of high schools in the state, you guys have never been out of the top 3 or 4. For 63 of you, you've already run one of these shows already. You participated in a graduation earlier this month by receiving an associate's degree. That will go down in DECA history as, unless somebody figures it out, no, they won't figure it out. That's the most ever earned by a graduating class. It's the highest percentage ever earned by a graduating class. So, whether continuing at the downtown campus at GSU or off to Georgia Tech, UGA, SCAD, Oglethorpe, Howard, Harvard, Agnes Scott, Duke, and on and on and on. Just know that all the adults in this room, we believe in you. We deeply care about you. And we cannot wait to hear about all the great adventures that you will embark on. So would everyone in the hall stand with me to give a proper ovation to one of the best, most dynamic, and hardest working classes to ever come out of DeKalb Early College. Thank you all for such a special afternoon. If you could please remain standing during the recessional. Once the scholars, faculty, and staff and special guests have left, you will be able to join your scholars on the upper level. Again, I am so proud of you guys. Go forth and conquer. Thank you very much.